Well, hello and good evening, my friends. Good evening. So, as you all noticed, I hope y'all noticed, I didn't put up an entire movie collection video today. Didn't do it. No, I didn't. Well, let's be honest. I didn't put one up yesterday. Well, yesterday. Yeah, I didn't do it last night. Yesterday, I didn't put it up today either. It's Monday. So I kind of was thinking, as y'all know, we did this World War II kind of thing the other day. Um, well, let's get right into it. Vincent. Oh my gosh, Virgil, and that was not good. Uh, Virgil's collection. It's all sitting right here in front of me. And I wanted to take this opportunity to go through the entire collection here with you and show you exactly what was in Virgil's collection and what is now in my collection permanently to stay here at Surreal Cinema. Now, you're looking around and you're like, wait a minute, the set's a little different. That's right, the set is a little different because I'm actually in the theater today, which there will be a tour at some point in time, but not today. So you'll just have to keep on guessing. On another note, if you're new here, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and of course, if you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment down below. That would greatly be appreciated because then I can have a conversation with you. So, I'll tell you a little bit about Virgil and kind of tell you a little bit more about the story. So, I went to a garage sale. I was in the area. I saw a big garage sale sign and I decided to pull over and I went to the garage sale. And this wonderful lady and her husband were there selling off a bunch of stuff that they had to get rid of. And of course, when I go to a garage sale, my mind immediately goes to physical media, movies, CDs. Um, I look at books every now and again, but primarily movies and that kind of stuff. And so, of course, my idea was let's go and see what there is. And I saw a box about yay big, and it must have had 16 or somewhere between 16 and 20 VHS tapes in it. And they were all those pre or recorded. They buy them blank and then they put them in a VCR and record something off the TV. And there were a bunch of movies I already had, but I bought them, or I did buy them, but I was thinking about buying them because I have an art project that I'm working on back there in the library with the gurney and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, we can handle this. And so I bought those, and then I asked the lady, "Do you have any DVDs or do you have anything else that you have? You know, like DVDs, Blu-rays, anything like that?" And she's like, "Well, I do, but I wasn't gonna put them out. I want them to go to a specific thing." And so I was like, "All right, well, cool." So she's like, "I'll tell you what. Come." And I told her about about my channel here, and I told her about what we do here. And she's like, "All right, well, come on in the house, and I'll show you what I got." And what's in front of me is what was in the house. I took every single one of her VHSs and DVDs that she had in the house, and all of them were her dad's. And he, like, if you watch that, you remember the story. And I'll leave in the comment section below. I'll leave a link to that, but it was just a couple days ago. So, but I took them and I've added them to my collection. And this is a live stream that I'm shooting specifically to show you each and every item that is here because really is a lot here. And I want to give each one of them the time that they really deserve. I'm going to start off, I think, with there's two main collections here. There's I think, yeah, both of them are Time Life collections, and we're gonna start off with those, I think, and then we'll work our way through, and then at the end we'll come up to the DVDs. So, all right. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right up on in this. So, oh, and to let you know, this isn't a normal video. So, um, uh, yeah, if you don't like this, don't worry. It's okay. It's not normal. This is not normal. However, it could be if you let me know in the comment section down below. All right. So let me get in here and get adjusted and get down into this. So the first one we have right off the top, and I'm just going to grab it from the top, and there's no particular order really. So the first collection is Secrets of World War II. This one is Target Okinawa, the greatest sea-air battle in history. Let's see how we're going to do this. We're going to do it like that. So this one, it looks like a little breakdown of Okinawa. Hope I'm saying that right. So, yeah. And I don't know, I've not watched any of these except for, because a lot of documentaries here. There are some actual movies here too that I've watched. Some of them, I think. All right. So the next one is The Corpse That Fooled the Axis. So another little doc there. These are all documentaries. I keep saying that. Secrets of World War II again. What really happened to Rommel? And I'm actually really looking forward to watching these. Destroying Hitler's Oil. I'm going to put them in some squeeze and shake cases, so that way they're maintain their protection and their quality. When Hitler invaded America. Okay. I don't remember him invading America. I remember hearing about it. Let's see, cracking the Enigma code. I think that's how you say it. Enigma code? Codes? Okay. They flew for China. Chinalta's tigers? Chinal. I don't know. Japan's last secret weapon. I wonder if that's the kamikazes. Brutal war. Cruise of the Secret Raiders. So it's looking like these are different parts of the war, different stories and that kind of stuff that happened during the war. The Bronneville, sorry, I'm quiet. I'm trying to read this. The Bronneville Raid. That's what that says. Human torpedoes. And some of these look really, really interesting. I'm kind of a history buff. My grandfather was in World War II for the British Navy, and I remember going over in '98. My grandfather had dementia pretty bad. And I remember him telling me the same story over and over again about him and his fellow boys, bare butt naked, floating in the English Channel, and they were completely covered in oil. And watching the raid and the bombs falling on London. The RAF versus the V weapons. Bombed to defeat. Oh, how Germany was bombed to defeat. They have the original plastic on them. When I go to put them in the slip and shake, I'll take those off, I think. The Nazi plundering of Europe. Let's see. Secret mission to North America. Above us, the enemy. Oh. Above us, the enemy. Okay. The mine hunters. The mine hunters. Secrets behind the Battle of Guadalcanal. Butchering the crud out of that. All right, we got Adolf Hitler's last days, which is quite interesting. Hi, David. I'm showing you what Virgil added to my collection. Virgil's collection. Merrill's Murderers. And my reading is so not that good. And confusion was their business. There's a lot here. There is a lot here, especially this first collection, Secrets of World War II. The amazing Colonial Doolittle. Interesting. Let's see. We got 4 more here. Home Run from Coldzite. I think some of these names are probably in German. And of course, going to high school in America, they don't teach you a whole lot about World War II, unfortunately. The Real Heroes of Telmark. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot here to absorb and to learn. That's for sure. Secrets of the Battle of the Bulge. I remember hearing about the Battle of the Bulge. I remember hearing about that. And then the last one on this collection, this part of the collection, is the end of the Schnorst, which it looks like it's a let's see here, what is it? Some sort of like warship. It doesn't look like a carrier or anything. It looks like just a, I don't know, just a war vessel. All right, I'm going to slide these out of the way and get into the next set, which they're on the other side here. So, okay, so those were Secrets of World War II. These ones, I've already put them in the squeeze and shake cases. The Century of Warfare, which is another collection by time life video. This one is called Blitzen Craig. Blitzen Craig. And Virgil had them, some of these, not all, but some of these, he had them in these boxes, but he cut the backs off and cut the top off and one of the sides, stuck them all together real weird like, and put them in these boxes. And I'm like, well, I kind of want to be able to, here, I can show you. So there's the back of the box he cut off, and then he you can see how it's in here. And then yeah, this was the back. Well, he cut it off, and then he taped it so it was shaped like this, and then he had it. He had it in there this way. So when you put the tape back in, it's kind of weird, but it was, you could see the spine and then the front, and the back was open. And I don't really like these. I don't have enough of them, and they're kind of got like an opaque kind of plastic, and I'm not real happy with them. So I am upgrading, if you will, to a squeeze and shake, and I just figured that would be a little bit more presentable on the shelf. I am glad that he didn't throw these away. That would, I'll put it in right. That would have been really sad. But I mean, it's sad that he cut them anyways. But so then that way you got the front, the side, and the back, and that's what he did. So we got Blitz Craig. Did I show you that? I don't know if I showed you that already. Blitz Craig, and they basically have the same artwork on them, kind of like the background picture is different, but this is called Asian Communism. Asian Communism. And then, oh, by the way, did y'all see how many subscribers I have? 299. It's been a year. That's so awesome. Any growth, I think, is really kind of cool. But all right, so the world goes to war, and this is 1900 to 1914. Okay, so these aren't. Oh. Okay, so this, okay. 1900 to 1914. It's the world goes to war. By the dawn of the 20th century. I'm not going to read it. We got Vietnam, 1955 to 1989. It's spelled, I think it's spelled Vietnam. I have always heard Vietnam in my house. My dad was a Vietnam vet, and he always said Vietnam. I don't know if it's Vietnam or Vietnam. I want to know. I think Vietnam, I think is disrespectful. I don't remember. Let's see, 1935 to 1939, the war clouds gathered. So these are all in like time groups, is what it looks like. 1945 to 1989, war in the Middle East. These are all really interesting. War and Peace, 1945 to 89. War and Peace. So, let's see. We got 1943 to 1945, The Long Road Back, the Eastern Front. We got Hitler's Turn East, the Eastern 1941 to 1943. this is like before that last one. Rental only, not for sale. Now they're out of business now. So, we've got 1941 to 1944, Sands and Sea War, war in the Mediterranean. A lot of war, lots of war. Stand Alone, 1940 to 1941. And one more little pile here for these ones. The War at Sea, 1939 to 1945. Didn't we just do that one? I think that might be I'll have to look. I think that might be a duplicate. We've got Jungle and Ocean, the Pacific Theater, 1943 to 1945. Japanese Blitzkrieg, Pacific Theater, 1939 to 1942. So I am really curious to see how, like, the narration of these and how they're broken down, if they're narrated and that kind of stuff. I'm really curious. The end in Europe, Eastern and Western Fronts, 1945. Let's see. The Long Road Back, the Eastern Front, 1935-1945. A lot of these are the same time period. Battle Fleets and U-Boats, Naval Warfare, 1914 to 1918. Wasn't it like 1914? I think it was May of 1914 was Titanic, I think. 1914 or 1912? I want to say 14. War of the Eagles, the East Front, 1914 to 1918. I know. Iron Curtain, the Cold War, 1946 to 1989. So these aren't all, clearly, not all World War II, which is kind of interesting. The Violent Century, 1900 to 1992. So this is probably like a breakdown of most of this, I would assume. But you know what they say about assuming things. Yeah, that's what they say. Air War, 1939 to 1945. This is, looks like pictures maybe of the Blitz back there. Normandy to the Ride, the Western Front, 1945, 1940, or 1944, 1945. Okay, that is that collection, or that stack to this collection, I guess. And then there is, oh, I was wrong. I think I just found some more. Did I find more? That's such a huge thing here. Ashes High. Air Warfare, 1914 to 1918. War to End All Wars, 1918, and the Aftermath. Blood and Mud, Trench Warfare in the West, 1914 to 1918. Oh, free kids rental. Cool. Oh my gosh. Gulf War and Future. You know, there's a thing about Saddam Hussein. When we were a kid, we used to sing a song about Saddam Hussein, and we used to sing it, and then they always told us that it was disrespectful, and not because of Saddam Hussein, but because of the song. Um, how did that thing go, anyways? Oh my goodness. How did that go? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm trying to remember my childhood. We got oh, something about Saddam Hussein being dead. We flat or we like amputated his head or something like that. We cut off his head. We flushed it down the toilet. We flushed it down the toilet and around it goes. I wish I could remember how that went. That was a funny song. And of course, when I was in elementary school, yeah, we had the Gulf War. And yeah. All right. Enter the Dictator. Enter the Dictators, 1920 to 1935. That's the last. Okay, now that is the last one of that particular collection. Now, okay, so we've got a History Channel movie here called The Great Escape of World War II. The Great Escape of World War II. And then, what is this? We got The World at War, done by HBO Video. New Line, Germany, 1933 to 1990, or excuse me, 1939, dyslexia. The definitive story of World War II, narrated by Lawrence Oliver. Yeah, the World at War. World at War. All right, so then there's a three-part thing here. Sort of. These look like movies. Full-length feature films starring Van Johnson and Frederick Stafford. World War II, Eagles over London. Is there a way? I missed it. Darn it. Let me pull up my phone here. Give me 1 second. I'll find your comment here. I gotta pull up my phone. There we go. All right. Is there a way fans can send you films? Yes, there is. If you will email me, my email address is. Oh, mute it. My email address is the only sir, S-I-R, cracker at yahoo.com. So the only sir cracker at yahoo.com. And if you email me, and I can set something up there with you. And the other thing is, I have an address. Some of my videos have them down in the comment or in the description of the video. Some of them don't. But I have a post office box, if you will, which is 5919 Highway 291, number 103 in 9 Mile Falls, 99026. Yeah. Okay. Happy to join live stream. Thank you. Oh, I'm getting distracted. Thank you for being here. We're up to 4 people now. That's awesome. Just to catch everybody up what I've done so far. So if you want to go back and watch the last 30 minutes later, I've just kind of gone over some of Virgil's collection that he has given me. Well, his daughter gave me. Virgil, unfortunately, has passed away a while ago. His daughter went to Wisconsin, I think is what it was, to rescue all of this stuff. And she had a ton of books too. But she went to rescue all this stuff because they were just going to throw them away. They had no appreciation for any of his stuff. So, all right. So another full length, same as the last, like it's the same platinum something productions. Full length feature film again, starring George Peppard and George Hamilton. World War II, From Hell to Victory is the film, or is the movie. So, kind of cool. I look forward to that. Let's see. We've got another one starring Ben Gazzara and Eddie Elbert. World War II again. Fireball Forward. This I was looking at. Looks really interesting. So, kind of curious about that one. I really like some of these older war movies. I grew up watching MASH, 4077. I loved it. It was amazing. Now that was a Korean War, not World War II. But a lot of people, a lot of people thought it was about World War II, ones that weren't really paying attention, and it wasn't. It was about the Korean War. But they did throw a lot of World War II politics into the TV show, because a lot of people were really not World War II, Vietnam. A lot of Vietnam politics into the TV show because they were, well, really ticked off about Vietnam at the time. So this is I wanted to say this was a 3-part thing. I think I'm only seeing 2 here. Victory at Sea. Oh, it is 2. Victory at Sea collection. Part 1. The authentic history documentary that examines naval conflicts during World War II. So there's part 1. And then part 2. So that's pretty cool. And again, they're in those squeeze and shake cases, which will really protect them from getting damaged. And, oh, here's another one of those. The Great Escape from World War II. This one is Escape from Arizona. Put it in front of my face again. All right, we're back up to 5. That's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let's see. Happy to join the live stream. Aha! Babs is here. Hey, Babs. Almost missed you. Yeah, it's about your bedtime, I'm assuming. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. Did you watch the 4 of Duty series? Did I watch the Tour of Duty series? No, I have not seen the Tour of Duty series. But that I'll have to look into that. Was it good? Let's see. Von Ryan's Express. This has Frank Sinatra and Trevor Howard. Frank Sinatra and Trevor Howard. This looks amazing. Frank Sinatra is, I think in the time period for Frank, his time is, of course, past a long while ago. A lot of the greats. But I don't think a lot of people today think of Frank. But he was a darn good actor and a great comedian. And I don't think he knew he was a good comedian. It's kind of like Bing Crosby. I loved Bing Crosby. I thought Ben was great. Speaking of which, I'm here in Spokane, Washington right now. And that is like the hometown of Bing Crosby. He's got his little house and a mansion here and that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. So the next 2, it looks like, are kind of the same thing. We have Nuremberg Trials. We got great film classic, Nuremberg Trials. I'm not familiar with this one. 1940s, the full horror of the Holocaust. against the Jews and the Europeans, against Marked itself, black and white, 1943. It's 20 minutes long, so it must be like a little, either a documentary or it's a short film. And then this one is kind of the same sort of thing. The Battle of Russia, 1944, and 80 minutes long. Cool. So check those out. Our Time in Hell, narrated by Lee Marvin. Ooh, get back in there. Our Time in Hell. Lee Marvin. That sounds like a familiar name I should remember. The history of the U.S. Marine Corps in World War II. Let's see. Was set during the Vietnam War. Won an Emmy in 1988 and was quite highly acclaimed. Ran between 1987 and 1990. Tour of Duty. Maybe I have seen this. I wonder if I own it. Hold on. One second, you guys. Tour of Duty. My cat's snoring. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't have it. Interesting. I'm going to have to look and see if I can find it. The complete series is on Mill Creek. Could be music. Okay. I'll have to go on Mill Creek and see if I can find it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Anthony, thank you. Special Forces, Skills in Combat. Speaking of skills and kind of stuff, there's some stuff in here that I don't know if I'm supposed to have. I'm going to watch it and find out. We'll get into that. Let's do this. Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. Looks like a 5-hour double-length VHS over 5 hours long. Woo-wee! That's going to be a long documentary right there. 5-hour documentary. Oh, bring your popcorn. 5 for Hell. World War II war drama. During the World War II, the Army picks 5 of its meanest men for a suicide mission. Ooh, that could be interesting. That could be really, really interesting. Thunderbolt. The story of one American fighter bombed bomber group. World War II documentary. That is cool. I am actually really surprised on how many so we're really just now getting into like the movie stuff, and I'm really surprised here what all is here, because some of this is really cool stuff. Special edition, we got Tora Tora Tora, the attack on Pearl Harbor. So that is cool, and this looked interesting. I was reading this, and this looked yeah, like we're talking a movie. This is like Tora Tora Tora. This was looking really good. Okay, now this is the stack. These tapes right here. I don't know if I'm allowed to own these. I don't know. These might have come out of a school or something like that. May of 1988. It's part 1 through part 12. Yeah, so it's called War and Remembrance. And they're on Kodak tapes. Oh, you see, they're on Kodak film tapes. But they look like, now I haven't put these in the player to see what's on them yet, but they really look like straight up like school documentary or military schooling stuff. 1988 on these, 1989 on these. So okay, so these are 88, 1989. I'm really curious, really curious. And if you look at, if you look at the print on them, I don't know if they want to come out. They were done with an old-fashioned typewriter, which, well, Babs used an old-fashioned typewriter, I'm sure. I used one when I was really little, but just to play with. I didn't actually take any typing courses. But yeah. Hey, if you guys aren't, if you like gardening and you're not subscribed to Babs, Babette is in the garden, definitely check out her channel. She's really awesome. Yeah, she's been following me. She started following me over on Graham's Garden. Oh my gosh. It's got to be over 10 years ago. At least over 10 years ago. She started following me. And she followed me right into surreal cinema. And this is a whole new adventure for me. I started this particular channel. When did I start this? I started this, 7 years ago, I think. And then I just kind of gave up on it. I just let it go. And it had, at the first of the year, this time last year, right before Christmas, it had 32 subscribers. And that was it. And I was like, oh, okay, 32 subscribers. Let's see what I can do. I like movies. I love movies. I like doing this because I can do this year round. I'm not limited to weather. Living up here in the Spokane area, we get winter, and it seems like sometimes it doesn't want to go away until, June sometimes, it feels like. So I can always come down here to the little theater and watch movies and that kind of stuff and be able to tell you about them. And it's been fun to watch the channel grow, and it's just been fun to have interactions with you guys and that kind of thing. I know I'm at 291 or 299. But I'm so excited. I'm so stoked. There's been already, I've made some new friends. David, I'm going to leave people off and start naming names. But David is awesome. There's Anthony, who's in the chat with us. The Falcon. Oh my gosh, he is hilarious. He's got an awesome channel. Yeah. So anywho, I can leave people out because I have been part of live streams and stuff before, and I've been in the live stream and been left out of being my name get called. So I don't want to go down that road. That's a little dangerous. But I have one stack left. I have one left. Gosh, there's just so many here. Yeah, I'm just having fun. I'm really enjoying myself. When I started the gardening channel, I originally started that channel just for a documentary thing. And then I started having fun. And at some point over the time, that fun just went away. And it became more like work, a job. Nearly 300, I know. It became a job. And it was no longer enjoyable. And when I go out to the garden and I took the camera with me, I was never completely happy or pleased with the way the film came out, the video, whatever, and it just didn't, it wasn't, and then I didn't enjoy it, and so I thought, what do I really enjoy that I can have full control over? And this is it. This really is it. The theater itself, I know I haven't done a theater tour, and I will be doing a theater tour. I just don't know when. I don't know when. At this point, you know, I don't know how many of y'all know, but I do deliver stuff for a living. And come think, I gotta if I do a theater tour, I gotta do it before Thanksgiving, because once Thanksgiving hits, boom, I'm done. I'm out. I will be way too busy to do a tour at that point, but I will get one done. I don't know if it'll be this year or not, but y'all deserve it. You guys have been awesome, and if you're new to my channel, you know, welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, stick around. All right, Babs. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sure. I think that's what you were saying. Yeah, get your beauty sleep, sweetie. Everyone say bye to Babs. Babs is an absolute sweetheart. She's amazing. So like I said, go check out her channel. She's awesome. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this stack. Like I said, a big thank you to Virgil's daughter for giving me Virgil's collection. To add to my collection is going to be amazing. And I actually have a special shelf just for Virgil stuff. And yeah, so, and it's a great story. Like I said, check it out. The video went up the other day and she told the story. And so, without further ado, let's get into this. And hit that thumbs up, you guys. We only have 3 thumbs up. What the heck? There's 7 of you. The Last Drop. This has Billy Zane in it. And yeah, this looks awesome. The Last Drop. So this looks really, really cool. So this is theatrical. So really awesome there. The jacket. The jacket. I think I want to say I saw this in the theater, if I remember right. I want to say I saw this in the theater, but this is really cool to have it in the collection, and my gut's telling me I have it already, but it's VHS, so this might be an upgrade. I think I have it in VHS. We've got A Glimpse of Hell, based on a true story with James Cain, Robert Sean Leonard. The truth is worth fighting for. So kind of it looks like a naval. It looks sort of a naval movie here. So that looks interesting. And then Days of Glory. Now I do already own this one, but again, not on DVD. It's on VHS. Academy Award nominee. The true story of the heroes that changed the course of history. Look at that cover. Isn't that cool? Pretty awesome. Flags of Our Fathers. Clint Eastwood has crafted a bold and meticulous epic. Unfortunately, it's in full screen, but yeah. So, pretty cool. Clint Eastwood. You know, I don't think enough people know about Clint Eastwood. And, you know, they're like, oh, hey, he's gone, he left, he didn't do the acting anymore, he bailed on acting. He did, but he got behind the camera and kills it. So, let's see, Hamburger Hill. The most realistic portrayal of the Vietnam War ever filmed, because it's the only one that's true. War at its worst, men at their best. Yeah. Real shame about the Vietnam War. Yeah, you know, of course, I wasn't alive. I'm only 42 years old. I wasn't alive. Born in 1980. But my dad was a Vietnam vet. And it really messed with his mind. And, you know, my whole childhood, and that's the thing about this, was my whole childhood, he never talked about it, never boasted about it, never, I killed this many people and all that kind of stuff. It was just very, I mean, it was never a discussion. Vietnam and what he went through was never a thing. They never discussed it. And I was just talking the other day about this collection and about war. And it always kind of baffles me when I'll be out in public or someplace. For instance, there's a few years ago, not that long ago, but a few years ago, I was at the doctor's office. And this guy walks in fatigues. And he sits down, and I'm listening to him, and he's talking about, oh, how many people, and it hurt his heart, that he had to shoot some kid and all this kind of crud. And I'm just like, dude, you probably never once saw any battles. You're just trying to get the hero effect. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, I didn't fight in any war. I've never been in the military. I wish I would have been in the military. Unfortunately, I had my own battle to fight. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and had to go through cancer and radiation and all that horrible, horrible stuff. But, yeah. Anywho, my dad never talked about it. His friends never talked about it. It was never a discussion. Ever. When I was little, I asked my dad, what he did in the military. And the most I could get out of him back then was I was a boiler tech. He was on an LSD, I think is what they call it, which is like a boat that I think backs up to the beach, and it has like, machinery and that kind of stuff inside it, I think is what it was. But yeah, he was a boiler tech. He was a grunt. He was a guy who would climb into the machines and clean them out, the engines and stuff, and clean them out and that kind of thing, and just make sure everything was clean and running right. He's the grunt. He was the bottom of the bottom. My dad never, as far as I know, my dad never killed anyone or saw anything, and yet he still didn't ever talk about it. It was never something of pride. Now, a lot of that was probably due to the fact that when these boys from Vietnam came home, they were baby killers in almost everybody's eyes. They treated them as if they were absolute trash. I can't imagine. You go over and you put your life on the line for our country and for our freedom, and you don't really know what's going on at home. And when you get home, people are spitting on you and calling you names and throwing stuff at you. You can't get a coffee in a cafe. I mean, just the way they treated these guys was just not right. Of course, the Vietnam vets have some major, major trauma and major issues. Of course they do. How could you not? We view military as heroes, and then these guys get treated like, they might as well have been in prison, or worse. So anyways, off my tangent here, off my thing. Rangers got some Matt McCoy, Glenn Plummer, and Corbin Bernston. Rock on, Rangers, yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen this one. This looks really interesting. Got the Beast. War brings out the beast in every man. Yeah. George I can't. Okay, I'm not doing that one. No disrespect, George. Can't read your last name. Johnson, Patrick, Steve, Buer, and Stephen Baldwin. I wonder if that's one of the It is. I bet you that's one of Stephen Baldwin. It's one of the Baldwin brothers, I bet. The Beast. Cool. Looks like a good film. They all look like... Oh, here it is. Platoon. This is the one. This is, oh yeah. Okay, so this one, I do remember we went to the theater to see this. My whole family as a kid. Gosh, I don't know. I want to say I was 12 or something. I was little. Um, 1986. So yeah, I guess I was maybe 6 years old. We went to the theater and watched this, and we didn't stay through the whole thing. I think we got about 30 minutes in, and we got up and walked out. Not because it was good. I remember that because we watched it. We watched it later down the road, or at least my mom and I did. Um, but this apparently was extremely, extremely realistic and pretty darn crazy. Um, Oliver Stone, yeah, yeah, Oliver Stone. That's right. Wow. So Platoon, definitely a two thumbs up movie. Absolutely awesome film. All right, so this is a 50 pack war classics. I am not going to read all of them, but a 50 pack of war classics. And yeah, we got a ton of stuff here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's this particular camera doesn't like to focus, but anyways, war classics. Oh, and it's kind of cool. They're all in these like paper sleeves, so definitely interesting. And then we have oh Iwo Jima. Gosh, I always butcher it. Yeah, 36 Days of Hell: The True Story. Platoon is oh darn it. Okay. Okay. I gotta read. Where are we at here? Babs has been going. Let's see. Until you're done with your life. Oh no, I'm not going. Oh, she's still here. Um, I lost a couple of friends because of Vietnam. I'm sorry, Babs. Platoon is an incredible movie, but yes, very brutal and realistic, though. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. Well, and the problem. Okay, so the problem with war movies. Here's another tangent. The problem with more war movies is, from what I understand, in when you're okay, it's hard to be put in the shoes of a military officer, like Army, for instance, an Army Ranger or something. When you're in that moment, it's different than when you're sitting in a comfy, warm theater. When you're sitting in a comfy, warm theater with your bag of popcorn and your girl next to you, and you're watching a movie about war, and they're killing each other, and was it Jarhead? Jarhead, a good one. The guy, so there's a little, I think it's a little girl. She's walking down the street and she's got a bomb strapped to her, right? And the guy is faced with, do I take this child out or risk getting blown up? Well, you know that the child's going to blow you up. You know the bomb's going off. That's she's programmed. She's brainwashed. She is in fear. She knows that's what she's doing. She's going to do it. It's going to happen, right? Um, in that moment, that officer does what he has to do. War is ugly. War is brutal and violent and ugly. And in order for these guys to survive it, this is what I've been told. In order for these guys to survive war, they too have to become ugly and do what they, because a regular person, like, I don't know about you, but me, I could take someone's life if I had to, but putting me in that position, I don't know. I'll probably view things differently than I do sitting here on this comfy couch. Um, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch these movies because a lot of these movies, they're designed not for the realistic part of it to show you what's really going on, what really happens, but they're designed for the couch potato or the guy in the theater, you know? And they're kind of hard to watch. Some of them, some war movies are just kind of, they're just, wow. Like, well, oh, what was that one? There's White Christmas, the White Christmas. I grew up watching White Christmas. It bugged me. It really bugged me because I knew that that's not what war was like. I knew that it was not, oh, we're going to sing and dance and we're going to cheer up the guys. And it's, yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to watch some of this. I prefer the documentaries personally, just because the documentaries can show you what happened, and tell you what their decisions were and what played out, but it can't show you what was in their soul, what was in their heart, what was running through their minds in those moments. But just I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that I'm sitting here today, and that these boys in the past and that are currently serving are there, because we wouldn't have a country without these guys. We wouldn't. I mean, could you imagine if Hitler would have won? How horrible that would have been. Oh. Iwo Jima. This is another documentary. There's two different ones here. I think they're different. But this is the one I just showed you. This is the other one. Then we have World War II Bloody Battles from the National Archives. 5 films. So there's 5 different films on here. And, of course, the original artwork is missing. That's horrible. So they got 5 films on one disc. 5 films on one disc. So I'm sure the quality of them are not the best. But that's okay. And yeah, the National Archives of the United States, 1993. It's got the seal of approval on it. That's kind of cool. Their seal on it. All right, so then this had a box set, it looks like, at one point in time. This case has definitely got some damage. The World at War. So another one of those, The World at War. A&E did this one. And narrated by Academy Award winner Sir Lawrence Oliver. So it's 4. Yeah, I think they're individual. Yeah, 4 discs. It looks like 4 separate discs in this. And I'll replace this case. I have a couple more of these thin clear cases, so I'll replace that case. Okay, so I pulled. There was one of these, and I grabbed mine. I had another one on the shelf just because I wanted to see if they were the same. They were the same. This is kind of cool. This was sent to us in the mail when I was probably about 12 or 13. I had this sent to us in the mail. Or I didn't have it. It was sent to us in the mail. Kind of as a promotional thing to try to sell these digibooks. And yeah, that's what this is. It's like one of the original digibooks. So it's just a book, DVDs inside, and then it is literally a book. And then so that way you've got the book or the DVD to go with it, but U.S. Navy carriers. So yeah, I received mine in the mail. And then the very last of them all, Victory at Sea. All 26 episodes of the groundbreaking series Some have called the best World War II documentary ever filmed. Multi-disc collection, and it's got 3 in it. And there you go. So kind of cool. Very proud to add these titles to my collection. And if you watched and stuck around this entire hour, thank you. My hat is sort of off for you. I don't want to show my baldness. It's but I want to thank you guys. All right, so I'm going to open up the floor. If you have any questions, put them down there in that comment section. I am an open book. I will answer your questions. I have the utmost admiration and respect for your dad serving in Vietnam. So sorry it took an emotional toll on him, though. Yeah, my I love the fact. I mean, he's my dad, so I love my dad. And when I was a kid, it was rough. It was a very rough time in not only his life. I mean, but in mine and my sister's life, it was rough. He tried to be a family man the best he possibly could, and yeah, uh, no necessarily no fault of his own. It just my dad did the best he could. That's all there is to it. Just like I'm a father of 3 beautiful children. I am very proud of my kids, and I do the absolute best I possibly can to raise them and give them what they need, and still try to hold on to their respect. It's real hard when you have a child that is way out there, and you have to be a parent and be stern and hold them so that they don't hurt themselves, or their future, or reputation, or whatever. And it's challenging, but it's part of being a parent. You do what you can for your kids. You love them and respect them, and you give them everything you can. And let's be honest, our time here on earth is very short, very, very short in retrospect. And we have to be stewards, to our families. So, okay, gonna get a little personal here. So, as many of you may not, or may know, or may not know, I survived cancer 21 years ago. I also lost the ability to have children naturally, and so I adopted these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people, my children. And man, I'll tell you what, I don't care what is running through their veins. They're my kids. They're mine. And I love them no different than if I would have been a natural father. I will go to the end of the earth for them. And I have to remember every day how special life is, how precious this gift that God gave us is. And I mean, you look at my collection. Here's something. You look at my theater. You look at my collection, and just that, my collection. No, it's not. It's not mine. It ain't going with me when I die. It's not. It's just not. Um, you know, I'm hoping that it stays together as one piece. The truth of the matter is, it probably won't. It'll probably get broken up or sold or something like that, which is, you know, nothing I can do about it. If I'm dead, I'm dead. What am I going to do? Come back and say, no, you can't sell it. You can't do this. This carcass, this body, it's only going to live for so long. It's only got so many years in it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying all of it, the stories and the adventure. That's what it's all about. It's just enjoying it. Um, and then I just hope and pray that they'll be around long enough for possibly my kids or grandchildren to enjoy. Um, like I said last time I did a live stream, the reason I really started doing these videos and these reviews, and I'm going to keep doing them, is for my kids. So at some point down the road, they watch a movie, or my grandchildren, but they watch a movie and they, hey, I wonder what Dad thought of that, or I wonder what Grandpa thought of that. Then they can go into my YouTube channel and be able to go back in and, oh, well, he thought that was a pretty crummy movie, or whatever. And at least that way, I've got some kind of connection with them in the future. I mean, I'm not a rich man by any means. All of these films, I nickel and dime everything. I'm a cheapskate when it comes to buying this stuff. This isn't the most important thing in my life. Making sure I have a roof over my kids' heads and food in their stomachs, and they got clean clothes and a pair of shoes that don't have holes in it. And, those are the important things. This is just second. This is the second, third, fourth, fifth. It takes the back seat. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna nickel and dime it. I don't buy anything brand new if I can help it, and I think brand new like brand new stuff in this collection. I think I maybe have 10, 9, 10 items that are brand new. That's pretty much it. Most everything else either came from garage sale, came from thrift stores, or given to me or whatever. But anywho, I'm rambling. I can feel the voice is starting to go away, and I need it for work tomorrow. Let's see. Any questions? I am not seeing any questions come through. All right, you guys. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Um, like I end all my videos, I end everything um, the same or close to. I hope you have a fantastic day. I really do. I really hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you live every day to its fullest and enjoy it, because you only get today once. That's it. That's all you get. And life is life is a gift. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you all tomorrow with another review. And hopefully next Monday I will have my another episode of my entire movie collection. Um, you came back, Babs. Good night, my friend. I love you too, sweetheart. And all right, love you, and bye for now. All right, let's see here. How do I turn this thing off? Oh, go away.